Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. This is episode 16. We've come this far, 16 episodes. So I think we've got a pretty fun show for you guys because we're going to be sinking our teeth into some, I think, an interesting topic that I kind of had more to talk about than I thought, which is LAN Parties. That's going to be our main topic today. We've also got some other stuff to talk about. Nasty Nate visits a VR arcade. I think he's going to tell us a little bit about his experience there too. So, to kick things off, I'm Dandalf the Wise.
And I'm Nasty Nate.
And I am Takeiteasyjono.
So, how you guys been doing?
Guys, busy week. Couple weeks.
Sick.
You know?
Sick.
Yep.
Takeiteasyjono is sick.
Well,
I got the
you
virus. I got the virus.
I'm the only one left
virus.
standing.
Cyrus, the virus.
I win the battle royale.
I don't
Last
know.
man standing.
Well, I have been sick, I guess.
Yeah.
For us, this is why it's a bit darker for those watching. It's a Thursday evening. Tomorrow I am leaving town in the early morning, so we can't record this weekend. But yeah.
We're going to the US of A.
Oh yeah, you're coming for a couple hours, eh?
Is it still New York? Is it still New York
America.
State there?
It's still called New York, yes.
Yes, that is what they call it.
Yeah.
The tri-state area.
Not New York
right.
City.
You guys got to get this.
No.
So, get this. Samsung. We're going to talk about Samsung here a little bit. Again, these fucking guys. They pushed an update to my TV that nerfed the brightness. Okay? And they pushed the update even though I have auto update turned off. This is what people are reporting. Auto update turned off, and they're still pushing the update to these TVs. Is that illegal? That's got to be illegal.
No, I think they have for super critical stuff.
It's
I
not.
think.
It was a nerf. They nerfed the brightness in filmmaker mode. It's all it was, plain and simple. So now, if I want 1400 nits of brightness, I have to use dynamic mode, which is the shittiest mode that no one uses because it's way too over exposed and bright and really cool. The temperature is super cool and everything's oversaturated.
Cool?
Yeah, cool as opposed to warm.
Oh. So
anyway, I was fucking pissed that this download happened, this update. And I went online and I found a guy, some calibrator guy on YouTube, a small YouTuber. And he said that he was able to calibrate dynamic mode with the 2-point white balance, 2-point white controls. So he posted his little settings of his dynamic calibration so I can maintain the 1400 nits and not have dynamic mode look like dynamic mode. So I did that, and it's nice. It works, but it's a pain in the ass because for standard definition, for SDR, for non-HDR stuff, I have to keep it in dynamic mode unless I...
So is it super bright?
So I had to try to fucking change SDR to make it look a little better too, make it a little warmer because it's way too cool and oversaturated. So that's what I've been dealing with. And they also nerfed game mode. So now game mode is capped at 1000 nits. So the games aren't going to be as highlights. It's such a fucking...
Now you see what my TV looks like. Mine, I'm at 1000 nits. I can't go any higher.
I don't think yours even gets to 1000.
800.
700.
Why would they make that? Why would they push an update
I have
to
a
do
theory.
this?
Why would they? I'll tell you why. Because when the TV came out, you remember I was talking about it. I was hyping it up. There was a lot of hype. They came out first. They surprise launched. First, they beat Sony to market for their QD OLED, right? Mm-hmm. All of these reviews, rave reviews. Everyone's glowing and gushing over this TV, 1400 nits of brightness in filmmaker mode. They get all the great reviews.
Then they fucking nerf it.
And then
Wow.
they wait a couple months and they nerf the brightness into the ground so people don't burn out their TVs and return them.
Yep,
And
that's
by
it.
that time, the Sony's already out, and people have already bought the Samsung.
Yep.
They've done it. They've updated 3 times now, and each time they've fucked something up. So they're just super greasy, being really greasy. And then remember there was
Scummy.
that thing. Yes, Sam's Scum. Sam's Scum.
Sam Scum.
Sam's Scum OLED.
Fucking Sam Scums.
But remember when they were doing that thing with the benchmark window sizes?
Yep.
They were
Yeah.
tracking properly, but only at the window sizes of white that and color that they know calibrators use. And then everything else was off and out of whack. And they got
Yikes.
caught on that. And now they're
That
getting
would
caught
make me
again.
mad. That would actually not just make me
It's not
mad,
that
that would make me anxious. That would drive me crazy because now I'm like, well, my TV's not as good as it was when I bought it. Like now I can't.
Yours is
what
a
the fuck was
Samsung.
the
It
point?
probably still isn't. It's probably the same. You probably got nerfed a couple times too.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
But like
Hey, I got another one. Scamsung.
Scamsung. Yeah, scam scum. Scamsung. Yeah, actually, I think that's what I meant to say, but I said Sam Scum. Scamsung I have heard before.
Sure, Jonathan. Sure, you meant to say that. Okay.
No, that was going around on the forums.
I have a Sony, and I haven't had an update to my TV in 6 months.
Well, you know what I did? I turned the fucking Wi-Fi off. I completely cut it
Ooh,
off
Yeah.
from the network, which is retarded because now I can't play Xbox Game Pass over cloud on it because I don't want it on the internet. Like, it's just a joke. These guys are fucking morons. It's not like it's a huge deal. I mean, they capped filmmaker mode to 1,000 nits, basically. It's a hard cap, so it does not go higher, which isn't horrible. I mean, 1,000 nits is what
I think I wouldn't worry about it. I think someone's going to come out with a little USB hack. You put the USB in, run a little code, unlock it.
Yeah, there goes my warranty.
Wow. Your warranty was going to go anyway after the 1 year mark is going to get burned out at 1,400 nerds.
Nerds. For anyone listening who is looking to buy a TV, I know I had a question on YouTube last week about that. Just don't get a fucking Samsung. Fucking losers. That's just it. Anything from you guys?
Cool. Yeah. Well, you guys know my little furry boy had his surgery to remove his lumps. He doesn't have cancer, everybody, so that's good. They were just fat lumps, and now
His
now
lovely
he's just
lady lumps?
recovering. Yeah, now he's recovering in his PJs.
I was laughing so hard the other night when he sent that video. The video, Huck was kind of whimpering, and Nathaniel sent us a video of him going like, and he was like doing these rhythmic whimpers, and I was laughing so. And then the picture of him in the pajamas, man. Oh my god, just like giggling nonstop.
He wouldn't stop. Like I don't know, like whimpering all.
Well, he
whimpered
must
for
have
like
just been
4
in
hours.
pain. He was in pain, right? Just
Yeah, and we weren't allowed to give him any pain meds until the morning. So he whimpered until about 9 p.m. and then he was fucking out cold for like 12 hours. But that's the update with Huck. What about Amazon Prime Day, guys? Did you buy anything on Amazon Prime Day? Did you buy that anything off the floor of the Amazon warehouse?
I'm ashamed to say I totally forgot.
Is that what they
and
are?
I missed out. I missed my window.
Oh, you missed out, man. All the UHD Blu-rays were on sale, man. Everything was on sale. I bought 3 of them. 3.
What'd you get?
I got Blade Runner, the original, Harrison Ford from 1982.
Fuck yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
I got No Time to Die, the latest Bond in UHD, because I have the Daniel Craig collection, but it is only the first 4 of them, not the 5th one. So that one I can slide right in there. It fits
Just
in the
the
box
disc?
and everything. No, the box. Because I took the
Because you
regular.
took it and gave it to mom and dad. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it came with like the 6 or the 5 or 4 regular Blu-rays as well. That came in a separate thing inside the same box. So I just took that one out and I put the UHD of
cool.
the latest movie in with it, so it fits perfect. Boom. What else did I get? What was my third?
Indiana Jones?
Dune.
Oh,
Dune, right.
Dune.
I still have not seen Dune or Bond.
I want to rewatch
actually.
that. Fuck, I was going to get Dune too. Damn it.
You should come watch them on my TV on the OLED in
yeah.
the basement.
When you're locked in your basement for a week.
Those are the 3 things that I got. 3 things.
Nice. I was going to get Bond and Interstellar. I wanted Interstellar.
I thought we got you Interstellar UHD.
I got it. I have that. We bought that a couple weeks ago, didn't I think.
No, we bought it for Daniel for Christmas or something.
No, because I don't have it. So that is false.
No. You lost it. You fucking lost it.
I would remember if I had one of my favorite
it.
movies.
You have it. No,
You
you
have
have it.
I wish.
I got a new bidet.
To clean out his asshole. That's what that means. For those of you listening and watching who don't know what a bidet is, if you grew up in an Italian household or
Or
other
Everyone
European.
knows what a bidet
or
is.
European. No, man. they don't.
Nowadays, a lot more people do.
Well,
But
maybe
how do you
because
not know
younger
what a bidet
millennials are
is?
getting their own houses and they're got bidets in them, sure. But younger
When we were
people,
growing up,
They got
when we were growing up, no one knew what a fucking bidet was. Yeah.
my buddy Nate did not have a clue what a bidet was until he moved into a house that was in an Italian neighborhood, an older house, and they had one in the bathroom upstairs. I don't think it's a separate one. I think it was the attachment though. So it's like, and he was like, "Oh man, it changed my life." And I was like, "Yeah, we grew up with those in the house."
Attachment.
Yeah.
I flooded
I've
our
got-
house pretty much with one when I was a toddler.
I've
Oh, yeah,
got the
you would play
attachment.
around in there all day. Probably had fecal matter all
Drinking
over
it.
your face. Yeah.
I remember having pink eye a lot when I was a kid.
He's playing with like his little toys.
And nonstop diarrhea. Nonstop diarrhea. Stomach aches.
So how's the new
Drinking
bidet?
them. Fantastic. I cannot go back, guys. I think I have to buy one for work.
Joe Bidet.
Joe Bidet. I also got the Harry Potter UHD 8 movie set. Watched the first one.
Oh
It
yeah.
was pretty freaking good. The blacks
That's
were
cool.
so black. It's really nice. Then I got Metro Exodus, the Ultimate Edition, for $20 for PS5. And then I got the Assassin's Creed Valhalla for $23 or something like that.
Did
for
you
PS5.
played that? You tested out your Ubisoft save thing and it worked?
Yep, I'm all set.
Oh, so you had it on PC.
No, I had it
on
on
Xbox.
Xbox.
Oh, right. Xbox. So you had it on Xbox.
He got it when I did. I
But
think.
then, like, I spun it up on the Series S, and I was like,
And it sucked. Yeah, PS5 is probably
Wow,
better than
that-
Series S.
That 60 FPS is.
yeah, I need the 60.
I mean,
That's sweet.
it's great in 32 because there's those little details like the shadows you were talking about.
Yeah,
They make a huge difference.
there's a big difference. I found a big difference. Like the shadow density and the darkness and like the shadows.
Yeah.
I could easily tell when it was on and off, like easily. So I think I kept it on 30 actually, and I'm playing on 30.
I don't think I could do 30 anymore. I just can't do it, even in fidelity. On Spider-Man on PS5, give me 60. Give me it.
Man.
Although they have a ray tracing 60 on Spider-Man,
Yeah.
on Miles Morales.
Yeah, but I was doing some photo mode in
Photo
Morales.
mode. Yeah, obviously.
And I
use
was on
fidelity.
30 FPS, but still, when after I was swinging around for like 10 minutes, beautiful.
It's okay. I
sick.
think it's just you got to do a couple minutes to get used to it. And
They knocked it out of the park with that game, man. Oh my god,
they're
it looks
fantastic.
so good.
those are like the best Spider-Man games I've ever played. And I've played a
You've
handful.
played a lot. You've played a lot.
Played a
Well,
lot I love my Spider-Man
maybe
games.
maybe not better than Maximum Carnage for the Super Nintendo.
I remember that. That was fun. that was a good Spider-Man game.
It was a hard game.
That was a fucking hard game, yeah. But that's all I got on Prime Day.
Well, I
that's pretty
heard
cool.
that the Mass Effect Legendary Edition was available for free or something, one of their free ones.
Yes.
And I was at
got
work.
it.
I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get that. And then I totally forgot. But I'm not that worried about it because I just know how much I love the first two games, and I'm willing
It's
to
on Game
pay
Pass.
however much if I want to buy it. Though I'm saying, where if I missed it and I'm like, oh shit, I feel like playing that, I'd still buy it full price. I don't care. But you guys got to play it. I know you guys haven't played the Mass Effect games yet.
Is it on Origin? Is that what we got it for? It's like Origin. Everything is Origin.
Yeah,
through
I think
that
so.
shit. So I did claim it
Amazon
through my
Gaming, yeah.
Prime,
Oh, nice.
my Amazon Prime.
Good.
I did claim the legendary Mass Effect thing. But yeah, I think
I
it's
will.
through
It's
Origin.
on the
always remember
backlog.
those games.
It's on the fucking backlog with.
I mean, I still have to play 3. Technically, I have not played Mass Effect 3. I've only played 1 and 2, so I've gotta play.
So what's this one? What's this one? Is it like
Has everything. It's
new
got
one?
the first 2, number 3,
Oh.
and then that Andromeda game, which actually a lot of people were
okay?
kind of.
So it's every.
about.
So I got all.
I don't think it
4
has
Mass Effect
Andromeda.
games.
Yeah. What?
I don't think it
Now?
has Andromeda.
Oh, maybe
Andromeda?
It's just the 3.
Yeah, I think it's the 3.
Okay,
Nice,
well,
that's
I
cool.
don't know. Either way, 1 and 2 and
Nice.
3 apparently I've been told by my friends are the best ones anyway. So if it doesn't come with Andromeda, it's not a. I don't think you'll be crying.
Segue into game time here.
You guys have anything for game time?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say. I mean, I would have to wait till I finish what I'm currently playing right now, which is
Oh, okay. Okay.
the Octopus Traveler, or Octopath.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler.
Puss. Octopath.
Octopath Traveler by Squeenix. I'm in over 20 hours right now. 20 hours. There's 8 characters though, right? And you have to do each chapter. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 chapters per character. But you can't do them one after the other. You have to do one for one character, and then that character's next chapter isn't for another like 20 levels later. So you have to go level up by doing the other characters' chapters on the same tier. You know what I mean? So you have to do chapter 1 for one person, chapter 1 for the other guy, and so on. So I did chapter 1, and I think chapter 2 for half. So 1 for all of them, 2 for more than half of them. So I'm almost on like chapter 3 for everybody. But it's sweet. Some things I like about it, some things I wish there were more from, like the graphics are cool. It's a 3D environment with low res textures. So the environment's all 3D, low res textures. The water is like real though. It's pretty
Yeah,
weird
I heard it
looking.
was sick. I heard it
The
looked
water
really good.
effect is really good, and it's like real, looks real. So it's super strange to see like these low res textures and like sprites, pixel like sprites, and like some real ass water, and like there's sparkling and stuff like that too. That looks really cool. Like the sand is like golden sparkling. It's very cool, and there's like this weird focal blur effect that blurs everything around like the center of the screen. The combat is really cool. And you need to use like a strategy because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So you have to like the enemies have armor, and it'll tell you how much armor they have. It'll have a little number with like over a shield, and you have to break that armor for them to be like they skip a turn. Basically, you can break their armor, and while their armor is broken, they'll skip a whole turn, so they don't attack you or do anything. But in order to break the armor, you have to hit them with something they're vulnerable to. So you have to know what their vulnerabilities are. And the only way to do that is to use one of the specific characters who can scan them, or you have to just attack them with things until you see what breaks their shield. And then you'll know from that type of enemy, from that point on, it'll show the vulnerabilities automatically.
okay. Yeah.
But on boss fights, like you can't do that. So you have to like test what the boss is weak against, like what weapon. So there's different weapons. There's like pole arms, bows, axes, swords, daggers, staffs. And the guys can be weak to any of those things. So you have to have certain characters who will be able to break their armor, because you can attack in succession if you like kind of save up your points. And you can attack like 4 times and break the armor on someone with like 1 turn if you save them up. So you have to like do that and combo that with between players who have the vulnerabilities that can break their shield, and then the other guys, you use them for support like healing, because it's pointless to attack really unless the vulnerability is there. You know what I mean? So I like you can, but it doesn't
Yeah.
do as much damage.
What console
So-
are you playing this on, or are you on PC? I don't remember.
Xbox. I have it on PC too. It's on Game Pass. But I mean, it's super cool. So that it matters like when you're like you need to break the guy's shield before the next turn. He's gonna like what he's like the boss is gonna do a move or something like that. So it's super interesting, and you can even move them. So if you have a hunter, the hunter lady has a spell that can put them at the end of the next turn. So it like slows them to the end. So you'll have a chance to break their shield before they go again. So you have to use that a lot. A lot of strategy, healing is important. Like it's good. I've failed many boss fights after like 20, 25 minutes, which is very annoying. But
Yikes.
Well,
yeah,
What's the story? Give me some of the story. You know me. I like that story.
there's 8
What's the
different
game
stories.
about?
That's the thing that I would like. There's 8 different stories. So I would like there to be more interaction between the characters and maybe like crisscross the storylines a little bit. But there's very little of that. It's very individual. So there's once in a while a little thing on the top right says press start to see interaction, and you press it, and it's just a very small thing between 2 characters that has to do with like one of the stories you're on. So it kind of sucks in that way. There's like their stories are completely separate. So
who's your favorite character so far? And give us that story.
the thief guy's pretty cool. He was like a renowned thief. So all the thieves know who he is. They've heard about the things that he's done. It's about him being coerced into breaking into this big manor to steal this secret treasure that was everyone had heard about this manor and this treasure that was inside. So no one said that he could do it, whatever. No, everyone said no one could do it. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking do it." So he goes in. This is part of what you play, but you go into the mansion and to find this treasure. But it turns out that the guy who lives there was just looking for the greatest thief. Like he was challenging thieves basically by spreading this rumor that there's this treasure.
Of course. Cool.
So he sees that you're the one guy who got in, and he wants you to do a job for him. So he's missing these 3 other gemstones, these secret, super cool dragon stones. They're called dragon stones, and he wants you to go find them. That's one of the stories. So that's just one.
Nice.
And so the 3 chapters, I'm guessing, are each of the dragon stones. Like I've already got one of them back or 2 of them back. So the 3rd one, etc. But yeah, 8 different characters, going from warrior to like healer. The skills are pretty cool. There's passive skills that are pretty cool. Some pretty unique passive skills that are sweet. Like one of them for the healer is that I just unlocked. I unlocked this passive that she can heal over her maximum health. So she can have like a buffer, like over healed. You know what I mean? And it did work very well on Xbox Cloud Gaming on my TV before I shut the Wi-Fi off. I connected the PS5 controller to the Samsung, and it worked fine.
Cool.
Over the cloud.
Yep. And I've been playing Pokemon Unite along with Nathaniel here.
Oh, yeah.
My first MOBA. Never played a MOBA before.
Multiplayer online battle arena.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So what are you playing it on?
Like League of Legends, Dota 2, Smite, Pokemon Unite.
I'm playing it on Switch. I have played it on the iPad too, but I can't play with on-screen controls. It's just not happening.
I don't know. I'm having a blast with it. I love it. There is a pay to win, like upgrading the items. People can just pay as much as they want for those gems, trade them in for the coins to upgrade their items. But
yes,
other than that, though, like the graphics are really cool. I'm playing it on mobile with my mobile controller, so I don't.
So it
have
is a
to,
mobile game.
Yes, a mobile game.
Fuck's sake.
MOBA.
But no, we're having some fun. I think,
Dan, you should hop on.
Yeah, I think we could get 3 guys in there, so that means that we can actually win games based on like what's going on, instead of relying on our shitty teammates to like look at the mini map and figure out what's going on and do what you're supposed to do. If there's 3 of us, I think we could pretty much win every game. I think.
I might have to brush up on my MOBA skills because I know nothing about how to play. Like, what the hell?
You just have to ask me, man. I'm a MOBA intermediate expert.
Don't know MOBA.
I would be the Billy Boyd of Pokemon Unite. Although apparently Billy does okay though sometimes. So I don't know.
We should just start playing Dota or League of Legends.
Well, I want to start playing when it comes to Game Pass because it's going to unlock all the characters for us when it comes to Game Pass.
I've been avoiding those kinds of games like Dota and League of Legends. I remember when they came out, and I was like, I just think I would get absolutely fucking greased if I played those games, I just wouldn't. And I just wouldn't. I'd be like, "What?
You're such a bitch."
Why? It reminds me of Evan in the Superbad, Michael Cera, when he's like playing that shitty game in Seth's room, and he's like trying to beat it. And he's like, "Why did they even make it?
Yeah.
Why you can't even? Why did they make it if you can't even fucking?" And he just like throws the controller. That's me. If I was playing those games, like I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to. I'd get angry and I would just shut it off. Like, okay, well, I guess that's that.
Well, I have been one shot several times somehow, and I'm just like, just put the controller down because I have to wait like sometimes like 20 seconds.
Sometimes
like,
I just throw it on my lap. Sometimes I'm just like, fuck, smash.
I like no like sometimes I just have no idea how it happens too. It's just
Yeah, and you look at the review, it's like 3,000 damage. Like, how the fuck did he do 3,000 damage to me in one shot?
yeah, I don't know.
He must have landed his perfect like special move
I don't think
or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't think I'll play ranked though because it's just dumb. Like I'm not playing ranked. I'm horrible. Why would I play ranked?
I'm playing ranked.
The new boss mode is cool though. It's like a raid boss. Did you try it?
Yeah, but I was with a bunch of idiots and they were just they chose all DPS. I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? So I chose a healer to try to heal the DPS through the fights, I guess, because if I was a tank, then everyone would just die, no one healing. So we got to like the third, we got to like 2.5 bosses. It was terrible.
Well, there's only 3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so we got halfway through the third boss and the time ran out.
Okay. I've done once where we beat all 3, but I was like slow bro and I was tanking. So I played slow bro and he was like aggroing to me. So I don't know if he has more aggro or threat or whatever.
Slow bro.
Slow bro. Is that his name? That's not his name?
I don't know.
Slow brow? I don't know.
If
think
it's
it's
new
Slow Bro.
Pokemon, I'm so out
No,
of
he's
touch.
not.
You don't know Slow Bro? He's an original Pokemon. Original
What does he look like?
150.
Yeah, Slow Bro.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
know
Okay, remember that.
Slow Bro?
Slightly remember the name now. Slow Bro. Yeah,
Slowpoke?
yeah. Okay.
What's the
Lots
original?
who I remember. Slowpoke was, I just didn't. I forgot.
Is it
That's the thing.
Slowpoke?
Evolution names escape me sometimes too. Slowpoke is the original, is the first evolution or whatever. I think. And Slow Bro.
Yeah, Slow Bro.
Let me see. Slowpoke Pokemon. Slowpoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy. Of course I remember him.
Anyway, I
Yeah. Okay.
I think he has more threat. I think he has more threat than every of the other Pokemon because the boss was on me the whole time, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
eh?
And I like
Well, he is a
turned-
defender, so
and I
maybe
like
it's
turned him
baked in.
away. I turned him away from the group, and it fucking was perfect. I turned all the bosses like away from the group, and I'm like using my things. I was kind of healing myself because he's got those. He's got an attack that builds up health, and then you have his regular attacks build up stored health.
Yes.
And then you have an ability that you can heal yourself with that stored up health. So I was just doing that and like attacking him, and everyone was just blasting him, but he stayed on me the whole time. It was like a raid fight. It was cool. It was like a Pokemon raid fight. Very
yeah, that's
cool.
sick. Yeah, very
But
cool.
then the other times I tried to play it, I'd be DPS, and it was the boss was running all over the place. There was shit everywhere. Everyone was dying. Everyone was dead. I'm just like, what the hell is happening? It was horrible.
You've got to take everyone and put them on your fucking shoulders. In every game we freaking play like that. Like everyone goes DPS. It's like, okay, I'll just do tank like I do tank in every other fucking game. WoW, Final Fantasy, everything else.
I was a tank in Star Wars. What was the
Star Wars,
one?
yeah.
Anyway, it's fun. It's fun. Download it on your little phone there and play it, or your
No,
Switch.
download on his Switch. He's got a freaking
I would do the
Switch.
Switch for sure.
Yeah, Switch. Yeah,
I don't think I can game on my phone. I've tried, and I'm like, this fucking sucks.
I love it. My phone
like
is
this big.
your phone's shit. That's why
Yeah.
my phone is sick.
Well, I just have a little cool story that you guys might find cool because it has to do with, again, story and lore for Cyberpunk. I was just playing. I wanted to tell you about this little side job I did.
Okay.
Do you guys know who Bart Moss is? Do you remember hearing that name in the game?
No.
The Bart Moss Collective. They were like a group of I think, net runners or something. Anyway, so I'm doing this side mission, and I was like, because I've got a lot of them to do, so I followed the prompts or whatever, and it took me out to the wasteland in Night City, the huge garbage dump, and there's this freezer. You guys might have played it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's that freezer, and you're like, oh, the fuck, and you open this freezer, and there's a dead body there. I don't know how you get that information. And you find out that there are some spoilers here, if anyone's watching or listening, who wants to play the side jobs and might not want to know this context.
It's been out for 5 years.
I know, but still. So anyway, and you end up finding a corpse in this freezer on ice or melted ice who is Rock Bart Moss. And he was the legendary rogue net runner from the 21st century who like killed the net and caused the data crash because he had made
That's
like
sick.
he was super skilled at like making like rogue AI and shit and like viruses, and he had them all contained. And he had this thing where he was at war with the corpos, right? And if he were to die, he had this death trigger that would release all these AIs into the net, and they would just fucking ravish it, just destroy it. And so something happened where they made an attack on him. The corpos attacked him, I think Arasaka. And he was like next to death, so he put himself on ice in this freezer and would just kind of control the net, like constantly logged in until his time ends. And so he eventually died, and the death trigger snapped, and he let off all this AI into the net, and it crashed the net. And that's why Netwatch made the black wall.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Because of that, to prevent that from happening again, that kind of shit, because it like ruined humanity as they knew it. And they had to like start from scratch and everything. So it was just sweet because he had like this retro cyber deck that you take to Nyx at the afterlife, and you hack it together, and you get whatever is on it or whatever as the reward.
Sweet.
It was just a sweet piece of, I think, the story of Night City that I thought was significant because it's like a big part of the history of the game.
That's
and I'm
cool.
not sure a lot of people care about that stuff, but again, I'm the story. I love that shit. So I thought it was a really cool side job that kind of, you actually get to see Bart Moss in the freezer. I don't know. It was just awesome. So I thought I would share that in case you guys haven't played it or whatever. But
I may have opened the freezer and saw him, but never started the quest. I think that could have been it.
That's
it's
sweet.
you and Johnny Silverhand were kind of talking about it.
Man, that's
Johnny
sweet.
Silverhand. Nice.
Yeah, and you have the choice to like hack his cyber deck at the afterlife with Nyx, who's like their resident hacker there. Or I think you can just like leave it with him. And if you do end up hacking it, he like tries to go in it. He sits in his little chair and he's like, okay, and it starts frying his brain because I guess there was a trap in it or something.
That one. Yeah. I did that one. Yeah.
And if you go in and save him,
Is
as long
this
as
like
you
a
can
playback, you mean? Like a BR or whatever they're called?
No, it was just he tries to just log into his cyber deck to kind of see what's on it, right? Because he just sits in his chair and he does the thing in his like from cyber deck to cyber deck, I guess. And it starts frying his brain, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. He's going crazy on the chair. And you're like, oh shit! And you gotta log in and just hack it a bit, and then you get
He's like,
either
what
the
is that?
rewards, or you can choose to let him do that or not. Fuck, it was so sick though. I was like, that was an amazing side job. This little thing that just gave you a lot of context, right? Because I love that bit about the net being like self-aware. Well, not really. Technically, the AI, right? The rogue AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Man,
cool
that's
when you
sick.
went into when you go into
Yeah.
the freaking net,
Oh, yeah.
like towards the end of
that
the
was
game.
killer.
Oh man, that's cool. That was a good quest.
That's a
Nice.
good freaking game.
That's all I got for my game time. I thought I'd share that cool story.
Nice. I just got other than the Pokemon Unite, I have beaten Demon Souls, so that's another game for me. Beaten
In
on the
the
PS5
bag.
in the bag. That game was awesome.
I think he's
Awesome
lying to
game.
us. I think he didn't actually beat it. and
I did. I'll show you.
he's gonna have to play it in front of us to prove that he beat it.
That one I beat.
You're
That
so
one I beat.
scummy. Scummy fucking.
That one I beat.
Oh, yeah, I beat it.
But like, just it was beautiful. It was beautifully done, polished. It was so smooth. The graphics, just the mystery, the difficulty,
The mystery.
like everything. It was just so good because they don't tell you like the whole story, right? They kind of give you pieces, and you kind of get it while you move through. Daniel, you look all pixelated. His eyes.
Oh,
What is
awesome.
his eyes?
I had something in my eyes, so I was just
It's like,
You're all fucked up. You look like a Pokemon.
yeah.
take a
And
screenshot.
I see
You'll
your
see it in the
hand.
video. I can't
Go
fix
like this,
that.
Daniel. Wave everything around like this. Clear off your screen with your arms.
Like I'm wiping a window.
Yeah. Do it. It actually kind of works.
It worked.
So a little bit more on your face. Like
Looks like you got poop on your face. There you go.
perfect. There, it actually worked. It actually fixed it.
Unbelievable.
That
Unreal.
is fucking funny.
Thanks, Kojiko.
All right. What were you saying?
Sorry. Yeah. So it doesn't give you like the whole story. It gives you a little piece at the beginning, a little piece throughout the middle, and then it gives you like a cool little ending. I don't want to spoil it, but it's about this. I think I already told you guys in another episode, in the past episode. So I'm just going to say that I beat it. It took me around 35 hours. Some parts were a lot harder than the other parts. So you kind of go grind and then you come back, you smash that part, and then you'll fly through the next like 2 or 3 levels, and then you'll get hung up a bit. Do it. But I highly recommend on the PS5. Like, unbelievable game. So good. So good.
Did
I
you
kind of
say
want to
that-
replay it, actually.
Did you say that Elden Ring would have been a better introduction to the From Software games?
Oh, I'm
For
no
people who
expert. I'm no expert. But
Wow.
I was reading online because I had the PS5 because I got them at the same time through some Kijiji dealings. I got Elden Ring and I had Demon Souls. And I read online, it's like, just play Elden Ring. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, internet. I'm going to play Demon Souls first. So I played Demon Souls first. And I think it was the better choice because it kind of throws you more into the fire than Elden Ring, because Elden Ring's more explorative. Is that a word, Daniel? Where you explore more. It's open world, right? You don't go...
Exploratory?
Yeah, you don't go down a hallway, kill some guys, and then meet a boss, right? Elden Ring is you go explore, you find different things, and you come across like a side boss or a world boss or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But this one it's a lot more linear, and you got to go here, you got to go do this, and it keeps you on track, right? So I kind of wanted that more, so I did that one, and I'm very thankful I did. It's sweet. So then I got into the
So
whole
Demon Souls is like that, or Elden Ring is like that?
Demon Souls
Demon
is
Souls.
It's
like
that.
go here, go
It's
here, go here.
linear. Okay.
Yeah. And Elden Ring's open world. But the thing with Elden Ring is that if you get stuck on something, you can just fuck off and go level up in this world for 5-10 hours and then come back to that boss and smash him.
I'm no
Right.
stranger to that. I do that in Valhalla because
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
you have to play it.
Exactly, yeah. But in Demon Souls, when you hit that boss, right, you're stuck on that boss.
Yeah, which I'm not crazy about because that would happen to me.
Because like I didn't like Google everything. I just followed like a beginner's guide to which levels to do in order. So they're like, do level 1 and 2, then go to world 2 and do level 1 and 2 and world 2, and then go over here and do that. So I followed that kind of guide, which was probably a lot easier because then I would have hit a lot more walls. So it was a lot easier playthrough that way, but it was
I didn't know
fantastic.
You did that.
That's classic
didn't know
gaming,
you
though,
did
right?
that.
You get stuck on a boss, and you only what's the word? You progress when you can beat him.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you guys want to borrow
Gotta
it,
grind.
highly recommend. I got the disc.
Grind.
I got the disc. It's good.
Perhaps. I am curious to
well
play
then.
Elden Ring, though. I just don't know when. I
Yeah,
will.
I'll eventually play it. I'm sure. Probably. probably
Yeah.
eventually.
You can borrow my copy. See, you don't have to go buy it. You can just play it and then get sick of it and give it back to me because that's probably what you'll do. I can't see Jonathan enjoying Elden Ring. I can't see that. I can see you liking Demon Souls though. It's pretty sick. It's a lot more polished. It's more fluid. It's not janky like Elden Ring is with the input reading and the fucking frame rate drops and the input lag for PS5. Fuck that.
Input reading, I could never do. Actually, I'll never play Elden Ring. I will never play it. If it's reading my inputs, like, fuck you, game. I'm not. That's cheating. You're fucking cheating.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's like. A lot of people are saying that it's like a lazy way of making the game harder. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a Hideo Kojima type production feature. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Remember
like
the
first boss
Castlevania
in
thing?
fucking
The Mantis, remember?
the Mantis guy,
praying
the
mantis,
first
you have
boss.
to unplug your controllers. Yeah.
See, that was
he literally
fucking
read
awesome.
your movements. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it's like then. Like,
You had to put it in what? Port 2?
yeah,
Yeah, you have to
controller
He's
switch
like,
too.
But he would
You're
like
like,
read
sucker.
your
Man.
memory card too,
That-
like what you've been playing or something too. I think, right?
That was fucking awesome. I didn't even think about that.
That's
yeah.
sweet. What a sick
I
fucking
think I don't know.
boss.
Okay, so I don't want to digress, but I forgot about a point that I wanted to kind of just hit you guys with. It's this great segue, and now I regrettably didn't read the article, but the headline says it all. Hideo Kojima was mistakenly identified as the former Prime Minister of
Assassin.
Japan's assassin. Like of all
Imagine.
people, somebody was like,
Wow.
"That's the man. That guy did it."
him.
You're like, what?
I was in shock. I was like, "What? How does that happen?"
That's so dumb.
Like poor innocent Hideo just working away on his next genius brainchild.
Should we dive into our topic?
Well, I didn't talk about my
Delf?
VR stuff. So, me and my wife Alma went to a VR arcade down the street from us that claims to be the largest virtual reality gaming park in Canada. 13,000 plus square feet of virtual reality adventures. So you can do VR escape rooms, VR adventures, like first-person shooter adventures that take like a half an hour to complete. With the backpack and the goggles and the gun, you can do that
What kind
stuff.
of treadmill?
I'll get to that. And then you can do like mystery games. And then they also have like booths, like large booths where you can do 2-player VR games in these booths, and there's tons of them. And they put the headset on, they link up to your friends, and you play VR games in multiplayer. Totally cool. The place is called VR Adventures. And the website is vradventures.zone.
Good name.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I had some time to speak to the owner, Joe, who has huge, ambitious plans for this place. Like, insane.
You talked to the owner, Joe.
Joe.
Joe VR.
Yeah, Joe VR. And right now, it's in its infant stages, so he's kind of like scaled it back. Like he's waiting for 2 big games to come out. Listen to this. The 2 big games he's waiting for are Call of Duty VR and Fortnite VR. And this is the insane part. He's gonna open up the rest of his space, his realty space, because he's only using half it right now. The other half is gonna be a massive arena where he's gonna be putting people into virtual reality battle royales. Yeah, and he's gonna get the treadmills for everybody. The vests, you're gonna get the vests. You can get the fucking gloves. You're gonna get everything.
The Nintendo Power Glove.
Everything. And then he says he's gonna open it up for like tournaments so people can come and watch people in VR battle royales on the screens. Like you can see what they're seeing and shit, like on the screens. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be
I don't
massive.
know about that. I
Okay.
don't know how huge it'll be. I mean, it'll be
and he's like-
large.
It'll be insane. It'll be insanity.
Like if it all goes the way he's planned, like the way he seems to have planned it, it sounds like it could be crazy, but to like a solo BR, like
No.
you can have teams, like what the
Yes,
fuck?
listen to this. So, when he gets that off the ground, when he gets the COD VR running, the Fortnite VR running, he's got family members. Okay, he's got a brother in Toronto, he's got a cousin in Vancouver, and he's got another brother in Montreal, and they're all ready to go to open up their own VR Adventures.zone and have all like clone copied like his. So you're going to be playing VR Battle Royale with people in Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and you're all going to be connecting to the same VR Battle Royale experience.
Okay, so you're not okay. So it's like a custom. It would be like a custom game,
Yeah.
coordinated
Yeah.
across. So like
In
a
VR.
custom.
Running on the treadmills. Imagine that. Unfucking real. It'd be
You're
so
like-
crazy.
The guns just.
Insane,
Oh,
man.
you got to plate.
Insane.
You got to put your plates on.
So
That is pretty
Joe
wild.
Joe told me to come back. We're going to have a little sit down and we're going to talk about the podcast and we're going to talk about what we can do for each other in this little world that he's going to create. So maybe we might be able to get a little sponsorship out of him. Maybe we'll be able to go and cover like us playing some VR stuff while we like do some
Cool. I'd be down.
what do you call it?
Fucking funny.
Advertising for him, stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
I don't do a lot of VR, but that's
Oh,
why.
man, you gotta
this
come
would
up.
be this would be a good time to start. I mean, why not?
VR is
Yeah,
cool. It is.
It's really cool.
cool.
It's really cool.
It's fun.
Really cool. We loaded up cow milking simulator for Alma to milk the cow udders. Fucking was
Yes.
funny. I was laughing my ass off.
You should. We should put that video up because it's. Fucking,
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. But yeah, that was my VR. Well, I'm gonna go back and talk to Joe, and we'll see what we can cook up.
Cool. Big
Yay.
ambitions. I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
cool. That's some big news right there. Then. Wow. Mm-hmm. Big news on the pod. Well, should we throw it up to our main topic then? Speaking
Yeah,
of
let's get into it.
Let's
in-person battle royales, basically a LAN party. That's a LAN party right there.
Let's
Now-
talk about LAN gaming.
LAN parties, I always thought LAN parties were a funny thing
Yes.
because people who know what they are and they do them, it's so fun. It's always so fun. But people on the outside maybe
Yeah,
who
when they're-
hear it, who hear the term LAN party and that you're going to a LAN party, they think it's the dorkiest shit ever, which
was
is
thinking
hilarious. But that, as I find, is hilarious. But I remember, what do you got?
Well, for people who don't know what a LAN party is, a LAN party is a gathering of people with computers or compatible game consoles where a local area network connection is established between the devices using a router or a switch, primarily for the purpose of playing multiplayer video games together.
What's
Wow.
a router?
I did not know that. I did not know that. What's a router?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
A router. Well, you when you do a LAN party, you always make sure to bring your 150-foot Ethernet cable so you can route it all around your house and above your
I got
fucking
one of those.
ceiling and
what
everywhere
we
you
used to
need to
do,
go to bring
To a switch.
to bring it to where the switch needs to be, because that's what we used to do.
It's like people who don't get the LAN thing. But how is it any different than going to the bar with your buddies and having a few beers? It's just that gamers love to game together,
Yep.
in the same room.
In person,
Yep.
playing in person
I love it.
is cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a shared
Yeah.
experience. That's why we love to LAN.
I have a LAN memory, I guess. I don't know what my first LAN memory maybe would be. It would be like probably playing WoW or yeah,
I would say
WoW,
that's a
World
big
of
one
Warcraft.
probably for you guys.
World of Warcraft. We played Wrath of the Lich King when the expansion dropped for Wrath of the Lich King. We played it. We all went into the kitchen, but we were roommates though, so that's kind of a LAN too. When we're living together, we're like a room. You're LANing all the time when you have a couple of roommates that are playing the same game. Because remember when we were in the apartments, we would play World of Warcraft, and we were literally right beside each other anyway. Guild Wars. So it was we kind of like had that all the time. But when Wrath of the Lich King dropped, we brought the TVs into the kit or the computers into the kitchen, and we were fucking just grinding. Like all three of us, would, me, PQ, and Nathaniel, and
I think Eric came by too.
Pretty sure Joseph was there at one point. You guys would have landed with him too.
Yep, Joseph.
I think you guys were here once.
Hearthstone too. We went to that Hearthstone LAN. Remember, we went to the cafe. We went to a tournament, a Hearthstone
that was
tournament.
Fucking awesome. I love that.
It was a random Hearthstone tournament. And I didn't plan on joining. I went because you were going.
Yeah.
And then I think I joined, or they needed someone to join while I was there. So I was like, yeah, okay, I guess. And I just did it on my phone. You just play from your phone. I think that the World of Warcraft though was probably the earliest one. Maybe we had some Counter-Strike source lands. Maybe
we used to play Warcraft 3 with
Warcraft 3.
Danny and Spence back at the apartments. That was cool. Then we used to go to Danny's place, play Warcraft 3, StarCraft. Yeah, that was definitely before.
That was probably around the same time.
That was awesome. Warcraft 3 was so fucking good.
We went to a Diablo 3. Remember the Diablo 3 launch?
Yeah, the launch. Diablo 3
launch. It was a midnight launch of Diablo 3.
LAN launch?
No, the launch was LAN. The launch was midnight for some reason. I don't know why. It was as at EB Games the night before the official launch. It was a midnight launch. So we went there, me and our people who played WoW.
It was at my work.
I know, that's where we went, but we went and bought the game first. We waited in line to buy the game first at midnight, and then we went back to the shop and set everything up, and we played it all night.
Crammed it, yeah.
Yeah, we went and played it all night.
That was sick. That was so sweet.
We used to play Unreal Tournament. Remember that?
Yep.
Played Unreal Tournament like 2004.
I even used to play that and Quake. Yeah.
That was sweet. I think actually that might be my first LAN game.
Actually, yeah, Unreal Tournament would be.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, Unreal Tournament, and it was so fast. Even on
kill.
Even on our shittiest. It was always so smooth.
You remember that one map, Morpheus? I think it was called, and you're like floating around. It's like the space map. Like that was sweet. Playing
just
LAN
a frag fest.
Low gravity. Yeah. I do remember that.
Low
actually.
gravity.
I used to play that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's sick.
I have my two big LAN ones. Our Skyrim weekend when Skyrim launched.
Yeah.
We at least bought the game and we played it in the same room together. At least 5 of us. We bust downtown in Ottawa, and we waited in line for the game early in the morning. And we bust back to Thrill House's basement.
Wow,
and we
really?
all sat around. Yeah.
That is missing.
I had no idea.
That is
missing
in today's gaming culture. Fuck, man.
I know, and I have that as a point here later, but we all went back to Thrill House basement. We sat around in his basement together, all 5 of us. I was on my Asus laptop, and everyone else was on Xbox. And my graphics, my laptop ran them on high, Skyrim on high, so I had better graphics than anyone else in the room. So I was like, but it was awesome. PC. I was just thrilled, and like, we didn't worry about a thing. Even Evan Sullivan came.
Oh wow!
And
you guys are landing a single player game.
A single player game, right? That's what I was gonna say. So it technically isn't like online, but it was that shared experience, right? Where it could have been. But man, that was one of my favorite like gaming memories. One of the best memories I have with my friends will be Skyrim weekend forever. And the other one was Animal Crossing New Horizons. We did the exact same thing, but here we all bought the game. We all bought the game separately, and we went to Thrill House's basement at his parents' place. And we the first night we ordered sushi. and we just chowed
Grown
down on
up land.
sushi.
It's got sushi, fucking
And
wine.
it technically
some
was
drinks.
land because we were visiting each other's islands, right? And just like visiting
okay.
our houses and shit, whatever, online.
Oh, so it is on. At least it's multiplayer
Yes.
because you're
And I got
going
like
and seeing each
deep
other.
dish Little Caesars, and like Nate came down from Ottawa to play it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking
Okay.
good.
That brings me to one of my points: the foods. What do you order? What do you order at a LAN party? Pizza.
Donuts.
You gotta have coffee and donuts.
Donuts.
Pizza, coffee, and donuts.
and monster
Staples.
drinks.
And
Monsters.
or energy drinks.
Your nos.
Like you're gonna have coffee, you're gonna have donuts, but you're gonna eat pizza, and that's what.
Wow, the
I
sushi
had.
one
I-
was the sushi one was a little different.
These are
It was a
fucking
little more
swanky
sophisticated.
LAN party.
But
Yeah,
there's
we're
a
going
place,
to get sushi and play Animal Crossing.
place in
Smoke
town, and it
cigars.
was amazing sushi. But anyway, it's just funny because of that LAN party, Nate, of all people, Terminator, would go on to log something like 200 plus hours into Animal Crossing New Horizons. I didn't even think I have that many hours in it. And if you know Nate, he's not an Animal Crossing type gamer. He's more of a Halo gamer, like just
Yeah.
shooter. He's Red Dead, typical stuff. But he's not
Battlefield.
really a. Yeah, exactly. Because we've played that before. He's not really an Animal Crossing, but he loved it so much, and I think that he logged that many hours because he just remembered that, and we all got together and played it. I think it was the hype, right? That's what I also like about LAN is hyping a game, especially when it's a new one, and you're learning the game together and you're discovering the game together and like sharing helpful tips as you come across them. Nobody knows the game yet because you just opened it, you just started playing it together. So that's cool. Those were my two big ones.
Nice.
For sure. That's cool. I remember I created my PC, like the one before
Yes,
this one.
we built it for like land.
Yeah, we built it like mini ITX for carrying if we wanted to land, which is super strange. I just realized that. I'm like, because now I would not even think of that shit. Like I've never, like, why would I do that now? But
Yeah.
back then, I remember I had a gaming laptop. Before that, I had a laptop so that I could carry it around and we could bring it downstairs. We could game in the same room, or we could bring it places, whatever. That's why I had a laptop. I had a gaming laptop. But then I was like, well, it's not really much as powerful as a desktop would be. So then I built the desktop. But then I built the desktop to be a smaller portable computer. So I built it a mini ITX build that I could carry around. So I just really realized that we did that, and I was like, wow, okay. So
That
LAN
was one of my
parties were
points.
pretty big.
I was going to bring that
Yeah.
up too. Yeah.
Like LAN parties were big, but now like I'm planning on landing anytime soon. I'm not gonna fucking. So I built a full big dog here.
That was the Final Fantasy 14 days
Yeah.
when we land
Yeah,
for FF14. Oh, that was so good too. There was a lot of us who played that one. There was like 10 of us that used to come at our old Dalehurst home, just pack everyone in the living room and the kitchen, and just hook up all the computers.
Didn't we also do it at your shop?
Yeah, possibly
We
a
went
couple
into
times
the conference room there.
because it was a pretty big space, but the breaker kept tripping there, so that's why we think
The
we
whole
moved
power
it to the
grid
house.
in Ottawa's like
We're taking down the power grid.
just from landing.
Taking it down.
But
Holy
that was
crap.
good. Let's just your body afterwards, like your body after a land is like a poisonous
pizza and
wasteland.
donuts.
Yeah, it's just a disgusting swamp.
Oh yes,
and
that's the good stuff.
and when you live in the same house as like half the land members, it's just an awful like 2 or 3 days post. Like everyone's waiting to get in the bathroom, just fucking.
Oh man. That's fucking gross.
You've ruined it.
Great.
I never
Great
want to land
experience.
again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that ever
Amazing
again.
experience.
I have a question for you guys. So we talked about younger generation very, very briefly there. Or Nathaniel, you brought it up. So do you guys think LAN gaming is dying?
Yes,
I have a
That's
point.
another
No,
point.
it's
That's
not
another
dying.
point.
LAN in esports are coming back. They just had the ALGS championships
And that is the LAN.
In Raleigh,
That
North
is LAN.
Carolina. They call it LAN. That's what they call it. We're preparing
Cool.
for LAN. the weeks
Okay.
leading up.
It's like a prestigious thing now. People don't do it anymore.
That's for within the context of tournaments and pro sports. Okay, so LAN is not dying. Maybe I was thinking when I wrote this question in the context of friend groups. Going to your friend's house with your consoles or your PCs. Are younger kids bringing their PCs to their friend's house to game anymore?
We should ask. We should ask the peeps at GGWP if they do it. I don't think they do.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because everybody's got fucking tablets now and laptops.
High
people are
speed
not
internet.
bringing-
I
I don't
think
think
that has
they're-
a.
Yeah, they just
'Cause,
play
like,
online.
Maybe
COVID.
that's an older generation gamer thing because, like, when you guys were your early teens or
Late
whatever.
teens, early 20s, yeah.
yeah, high speed internet
Early
wasn't so
20s.
fantastic, and so
Yes.
you experienced it as a multiplayer alternative amid the kind of dated internet speed. So you would just be like, well, let's just play on the same internet at least together. I mean, I personally have done it just for the experiences of just that bonding experience, right? It wasn't really a solution to anything else, like playing on the same network or whatever. Yeah, so I just feel like a lot of younger gamers these days are like, man, I mean, I can just sit in my room and play with you online. Why the fuck would I come to your house? Why would I I'm not bringing my PC to your house. Maybe they would do consoles like a Switch because it's portability, right?
Yeah. it was-
But they're not bringing their PCs.
Like younger kids, they're all very antisocial. I've gotten that way over the years where I don't really want to leave my house, right? But back then, we were hanging out with our friends constantly, and we're like, why not just bring your PC over? We'll hook it up.
Yeah.
We'll get drunk. We'll have some donuts and have a great time, right?
Pizza.
Nowadays, like people don't
We'll fart a
want
bunch.
to do that, especially now after the.
Obviously, I mean, we're generalizing. I just think
Yeah.
the population has decreased in terms of friend LAN gaming.
We're bringing it. Well, we should bring it back. We got to bring it back.
That'd be sweet. I think we
do a
should,
little
and that's why-
episode.
That's why I
Little-
agree to it.
I just had a fucking idea. We could do an episode of a LAN party, but like The Office style. Like we have a
Someone
LAN
has to
set up in the
direct
house.
us with a camera.
Yeah, you go to the camera and then you do those little interviews where you talk to the camera and we make some kind of drama happen. And it's like talking to the camera. It's like, well, I was doing this. He fucking stole my kill, that dirty fucking bastard.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Jonathan. He's like, I didn't steal his kill. I would blah, blah, blah. And he'd keep doing shit like that.
It's like, I
That'd be
didn't steal a
fucking
kill.
funny.
Look at my damage. Look at my damage. I got 3,000 damage. You guys think I'm stealing his kills.
That would be
like
hilarious. And then like write a little story, a little sitcom story about it. That'd be funny.
We'll get Matt Deej
Yeah.
to direct
That,
it.
that'd be a massive production episode of the
We'll
Elder
get
Trolls.
clips from the game that we're playing. You get the clips, and you can show like
Yeah.
replays of what happened. That's funny.
I just popped into my head, guys. See that?
I was gonna say,
Lightning.
yeah,
It
that's
struck my brain.
my brain. I think I had an apostrophe. I was saying for the esports thing though, the LAN that they just had, like everybody, I think got COVID, but people who were there, I guess, were held out because of that. So they made some teams play with only 2 people in a 3-person tournament because their partner, they wouldn't let them go use their computers upstairs. I guess they had a whole other lab of computers separate to the main gaming floor that they could have just went and used to play on and still been in the tournament, but they didn't let them do it. They made them like go back to their hotel room or whatever and like isolate.
and not
like,
connect.
and their teammates played without them. So they had like there were teams who had to play on some days or for the rest of the tournament at one point with only 2 people in a 3-man battle royale. It was fucking weird.
I don't like that, Raymond.
No. log in over VPN.
But it
and make
looked sweet.
secure.
I watched the last day, the final day of the LGS Champions. It was fucking cool, man. I was like, well, I'm into this. Like I watched for like 5 hours. Like it was cool.
Yeah,
I'm just watching Twitch. It was like while I was doing like other things, but I had it on the whole time and I was following.
It's no different than watching like a hockey game or something.
Yeah, to us, yeah. When you're into that game or that kind of game, then you could watch that just like you're watching a baseball game that lasts fucking 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
4
but they
hours.
do a really good job too. If you go to like Twitch TV /Play Apex, they have a whole broadcast up going. They have broadcasters. They have the camera angles switching. Like their feed is showing the custom. It's like the spectator mode in the custom lobby, so they can see everybody. You can see the names of everybody, where they are, where the teams are. They show the map. You see everybody with their names, so you can see who's about to fight, like who's around who. It's so cool. It was so cool. Really good.
Nice.
And you know all the
ultimate.
like I know all the players like from the streaming and just like all the YouTube videos and everything I've been consuming the last 2 years. Like you know who they all are and the personalities, you know what I mean? And they're all in here fighting, playing together. It's so cool. And then they'll go like behind the scenes and show them at their computers and like give you like some mic'd up comms between them. Between the teams, like after they died, like what did they say, what they do. It was really really cool.
Yeah, that reminds me of when we went to DreamHack.
It was like
Yeah,
that.
I remember that.
And it was just like that. It was so sweet. It was like a massive LAN party. There was a huge Hearthstone tournament going on with like actual like pros. There was a StarCraft tournament going on with actual pros. And one of the pros that I used to watch a long time ago, he was there. Lost his game, but he used to be fucking amazing. His name was A Little One.
A little one?
Yeah, he's a German player, I think. He was sick back in the day, and then
Cool.
I don't know. I guess getting a little old for the wrists, maybe. I don't know.
I think
But
Apex goes to DreamHack.
There was
There've been
what was it? CS:GO, I
DreamHacks.
think.
I think Counter Strike
Yeah.
Global Offensive was
Yeah,
the other
that-
one.
that was there,
Pretty
yeah.
sure we
Wasn't there a
played.
fighting
Didn't we
game
play?
tournament?
Street Fighter 4.
It's a Street Fighter thing.
Yeah. Man, that was
I think
awesome.
we played some of the Counter Strike, didn't we? We all sat
Yeah.
down in a row
Yeah.
and we just kind of
We
joined
played
in on a
something,
match
yeah,
or
because there
whatever.
was like a big computer
There was
lab
a
that
tur-
they had there.
There was a big lab, and they make a massive game going on with all the computers there. That was a
Yeah.
massive LAN party. It was
I think
so
it was
sweet.
yeah, that was
That
cool.
was fun.
We played some.
That was
Oh,
sweet.
some
okay. I
Counter
forgot I
Strike.
even played Global Offensive because I keep telling people I've never played it, but I totally forgot about that. I did.
Yeah.
I did plug and play for a bit there. That was fun.
I think that's where I first played VR. Where I first did VR. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Intel had a
the-
booth. The Intel had a booth for some reason. Intel and maybe Nvidia, but I think it was for their like advertising their gaming CPU or something. They had a booth. They're like, "Come on, check this out. You want to play some VR?" And
it
I was like, "Yeah."
Ultimate Frisbee or something.
It was a handball game.
Yeah. Okay,
Handball in anti-gravity. It was like anti-gravity
yeah.
handball.
That fucked me up.
Do you remember?
I remember that.
Do you remember Ender's Game, the movie?
Mhm.
Do you remember the sport that they played where they were like
Yeah, yeah,
anti-gravity, like shooting each other? It was like that in the similar arena with like floating things that you had to like push off of, but it wasn't shooting. It was just handball. So you had to find the ball, push yourself. You had to like press the little triggers and go up to a wall and like push yourself away from the wall, and you'd float across the stadium and like have to grab the ball and like get to the other side and chuck it in the thing. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Coolest
I got
shit ever.
sick. I got so sick after that one. I was like, oh, God. Oh,
you
that
only
one was
played it for,
brutal
like, a
because you're
minute.
floating around and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it was
That one
really
fucked me up.
cool. I was fucking.
Nice.
That got me hooked. I was like, "Oh, I gotta get the VR going." And that was like, 3 years ago? When was that?
That was
4 years
before that was for my bachelor party before I got married. So that was 2017.
September 2018,
Wow.
wasn't it?
No, I think
No,
I got married
17.
in 2017.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a
Yeah,
long
that
time.
was, that was a good time.
Almost 6
That was
years
probably my
ago.
first. I mean, I don't know how many more gaming conventions I or we will go to, but that was definitely the first one that I've
Yeah.
been in. Like, I've actually never. That was my first time witnessing like a professional, because like there were tournaments going on, right? We just said there were tournaments. Like I've never been in the same room as one before. You always just see them on YouTube or whatever, right? That was cool.
There was speed runs.
Yeah, the speed runs. I was just gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Those-
people like sitting down and speed
With the
running like old
CRT
games.
TV, like the big ass tube TVs, and they're just like
Just a bunch of sweaty
Really?
nerds
Yeah.
speed running.
just speed running Mario and
Like old
Zelda.
games.
I think
Yeah,
was
okay.
there.
I don't remember that. Did we ever LAN DayZ at Dalehurst together? Like me, you, maybe
Yes.
PQ
Yeah, we
at the
did.
kitchen
I think we
table
did,
or
yeah.
something.
Daisy, yeah, we did. do
Yeah.
that.
That was another
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that at the
God.
time.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. No.
Do you know
know
what
if I
you
could play
might?
DayZ
Do you think
again.
it stems from? Do you know what I think it stems from? Like us older people maybe liking LAN parties.
Why?
What do you think about this? The split screen gaming experience, which really doesn't exist anymore. But we
you
had
could
it.
see your friend's like screen. That's why I
That
like
was, the,
just-
that was
you
the
were
only way to
there.
play multiplayer.
You were, multiplayer. That's what it was back in the day. You were there with
Together,
someone
yeah.
else playing the same game, but it was just on the same TV, and the screen
Yeah.
was split. It was like LANing before we could LAN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe why we like to LAN, because that's how we played multiplayer growing up. Nintendo 64, we're playing, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Split-
Yeah. Big head
splits.
mode.
Yeah, split
Paintball
screen
on.
GoldenEye, 4 players.
Yeah.
Mario Kart, 4 players, split screen
it's
right
true.
there. We're all with each other. We're here. We're eating
Punching each
Dragon Ball,
other.
We're eating
Final
donuts.
bout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, remember that fighting game?
Oh yeah.
That wasn't
That
split
Dragon Ball
screen, but
GT.
it was opponent. Opponent v opponent.
That's where the
That was
thumb
a-
juice
that was
came
yeah.
in.
Thumb
was a long
juice
time ago.
for the Elder Trolls. Everybody listening and watching was just a little. We had these little blue plastic cups that we used to use to make popsicles. You put like the Kool-Aid in them with the stick, and you put them in the freezer, and they would obviously freeze. But we used to use them and just put water in because we'd
Cold
be
water,
we'd be
ice cold
button
water.
mashing cold water because we'd be button mashing for so long. We'd have these
Like blisters.
tournaments, Dragon Ball tournaments. So we used to get blisters. That was one of my first
Thumb
early,
juice.
I guess, quote unquote, landing experiences.
That was awesome.
That
we
Dragon
have
Ball
separate-
game. That Dragon Ball game though.
Yeah, that was so sweet.
That was one of my favorite games back then. And I didn't really play a lot of fighting games.
It was the
What
Dragon
about
Ball
you back then?
GT.
Dragon Ball GT it was. Final Bout it was called.
Yeah.
For PS1.
Wow, it was
And
so
it was
good.
I loved it just because we loved Dragon Ball back then. I was a huge Dragon Ball fan. Dragon Ball
And we were
Z, Dragon Ball
remember
GT.
a lot of tension was like who could do the spirit bomb first, and when you notice the cutscene come in, you're like, no, because like the other person managed to pull off the button combo before you could fucking, and you're like, no, I'm gonna fucking die now. And then you'd show like the sweet animation of like the spirit bomb.
Yeah.
And I was just, I wasn't very
so
good at
good.
play. I was probably 10 years old or something.
There was also those games that came with like LAN mode, where you could buy a couple of copies, and then you turn on LAN mode, and it would allow other people to play off your copy over a local internet or over a local network connection. Like I think Quake had it. I think Serious Sam had it. Like those old shooters.
Sam.
How did
Yeah.
they do that? How would you install it onto your computer?
Like I think if it called like no, you install it on the one computer, and then that one computer hosts, right? And then you install it on everyone else's, but you can't connect to the internet. I don't think you have to just had it on LAN, and you put it in LAN mode, and then you could play off the one copy.
I remember there being a Game Boy Advance Mario game. Mario Kart, I think, is like that on Game Boy Advance. If you connect to your friend's handheld, it would like give them a copy of the game, and it would run it. Like it would run it because your friend has it. Remember that they did that. I also remember. Oh, actually, that reminds me, like again, of where all this came from. Remember hooking up your like Game Boys with a fucking cable, like hooking up your
Yeah.
Game Boys.
Pokemon,
You're
yeah.
there playing Pokemon.
Maybe- There
You're,
we go.
That's a LAN. That's a
That's a
LAN.
LAN. That's a LAN.
That's actually absolutely by definition LAN, because you have two devices on the same network, as opposed to the split
Just
screen
connected.
thing. Yeah, that's wild.
Connected together.
What's that?
Creating-
Game Boy Color could do that.
Game Boy Color, yeah. Game Boy Color,
That was
Game
the
Boy
first
Advance.
Game Boy, regular Game Boy, the link cable for Pokemon.
First Game Boy? I think it was Game Boy Color.
No,
Because Game Boy Color had infrared too, I think. Remember on the top? If you theoretically were supposed to be able to point them head to head and be able to transfer, but I don't think it ever worked.
yeah. Look, I have a picture right here because I remember linking my Pokemon Blue with a Game Link cable to someone who had Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Blue and Red were original Game Boy games. They weren't colored
Yeah.
games.
Are you sure?
Interesting.
I'm
Pokemon
fucking
Blue
positive.
and Red?
Were regular.
Those were the first games, right?
Yeah. Because whenever you put them into a Game Boy Color, it would just showed like one color, which was blue, I think, or red. But if you put it into a regular Game Boy, it was just like a regular Game Boy thing.
Weird. I guess we never really
Pokemon
owned.
Blue.
We never really owned a regular Game Boy. We had Game Boy Color.
Wow, Pokemon Blue, 1996. For regular Game Boy. Yep.
Really?
That is true. That's a good example.
Wow.
That's all I have for LANing. I don't have anything else. I don't think.
That's trip down memory lane. So, in the end, do we think LANing is gonna have a little comeback with what Jonathan was saying, with all like the pros, they all LAN together to do the tournaments? Do you think after the pandemic, kids are gonna want to relive that kind of thing, or they get together and
I don't know. It could
multiplayer
be a
together
trend.
under the same roof?
I don't think kids
Yeah.
now are going to do it. No,
No.
they're not going to do it. Just like I said, we had a basis for doing that. We have a reason maybe why it's ingrained in us to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Where
So
kids
it
don't
is
have that
dying.
now.
Then it is essentially dying, and the only
Outside of the professional gaming
Yes.
context, yeah, I would say
I think
that
it's
not
dead.
very popular
I don't think it's like
Which
when
is
the
sad,
fuck was the last time?
because like you are missing out.
maybe
you
not
know?
though. I mean, the only way you would do it is if you're organizing like a tournament. Like if you have a bunch of friends, let's say, yo, maybe let's do a tournament. Let's like get together and we'll have like a tournament,
like a
playing
Halo
whatever.
tournament.
Yeah, but like I feel like that wouldn't be it's not like a normal thing like it kind of was. We did it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's becoming less commonplace. I think.
Yeah, I want to mention just a shout out to the Halo fans. We weren't big Halo players, and I've heard of the famous Halo lands that people would run, and I tried to see if we had anybody that could talk about it, but people would hook all their Xboxes up in one house and have Halo tournaments. And on the WAN show, Luke was talking about how he used to set up his birthday party LANs for Halo, and he'd set up people in the garage, and then he'd set up people in the kitchen, and they all put all these Xboxes together and play Halo that way. I thought that was
That does sound like
so
a good
sick.
time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But of course, we missed the Halo blimp.
Well, imagine doing that with anything, with like Apex. Imagine you had enough people to have a battle royale, like custom battle royale game. Even if you had 10 people, like who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a 10 people
Yeah.
solo, but I think you need a certain amount of people to start the game, to join the lobby.
I think we need to run a LAN day. Maybe a LAN day, and we can get all the boys back together. The boys and girls
Would be
now.
sweet. Yeah.
Throw it
Well,
all
I mean,
together.
Now you got girls, yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can play.
Actually, we had the girls during the LAN parties too, okay?
Did you?
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe not the early
That's
LAN
how
parties.
That's how I got girls, man. Fucking LAN parties. Fucking chicks love LAN parties, bro.
All I know is that those of you who are listening and watching, if you've never taken your gaming machine to your friend's house to just do some gaming on like a Friday night, you're truly missing out on like a really cool, fun bonding event. Because like I said, I'll remember those experiences forever. The big two one of the Animal Crossing and Skyrim. And I will cherish them. And I look forward to more because I'm sure there will be new release games, especially. I have a more enriched gaming life having taken part in LAN sessions, man. Like, I'm glad I have those experiences to look back on. And I feel bad for those who have never done that. So highly recommended.
I think that does it for this week's episode of the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. We want to, I think we took a little trip down memory lane, and I want to do some more LANs. Get drunk, eat donuts. Maybe not the drunk part, because it takes about a week for me to recuperate. But the pizza, donuts, hell yeah,
Couple
I'm up
beers.
for that.
It does, yeah.
Couple of Vizzies, couple seltzers.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The beers kind of clog my brain up now. But yeah, let's do it. What new games? The new Pokemon game. New Pokemon game's coming out in November. We should all just get our Switches together and sit on a couch and play.
Actually, I would like that because I've been looking for a catalyst, or for lack of a better word, to get me into one of the new Pokemon games.
Pokemon Unite would be a good LAN game.
Yeah, Pokemon Unite would actually be a really good LAN game. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to listen and watch. Please be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and give us a rating and review on your podcast platform of choice. It helps us get out there to everyone wanting to listen to this kind of content. So we hope you guys do that for us. Remember, you can always leave us a DM on Facebook and Instagram, or tweet us if you want to leave a comment or ask any questions. Thanks, everyone, again, and we hope you have a wonderful evening or weekend. Evening. All right. Thanks, guys.
Catch you later.
Peace.
See ya.